Hello everybody, Friday afternoon, and we're down at Victoria Park Methodist Church, which I'm just going to give you a little tour around here. The reason being that we're here is over there, don't you can see the team. This is called the Welcome In Cafe, and it's on a Friday afternoon. This is where the Arch team, as I'm going to explain in a minute, meet to have a get set for the weekend. So this helps some of the folk who we've been talking with and helping with, are coming out of homelessness and recovery, gives them a good routine just before the weekend to feel supported and a safe space that they can meet in. And it's great because it's actually one of the Methodist churches that is one of the safe spaces or the warm spaces in town, and we're going to be talking more about that. But you saw the message this week from Emma about her moving into the star world entirely. But I thought it'd be worth actually just explaining what. When we talk about the Arch programme, what that's all about. So we've been talking with the team from the start of the year. Remember, we were talking about actually bringing also our support workers who are working in homelessness and recovery into one place. So what we've now formed is the Arch programme, which is, if you like, you think about an arch, how an arch is. It takes you from one side to the other. It's really strong, it's robust, it's safe, it's sound. And so the idea being that the arch could start from a point where you are on the street or in addiction or really struggling, and it's going to take you through to a point of resilience and far away from crisis. And so it's made up of the three elements, if you like, that we've been talking about. One is the connect element, connection stations, half time. These are all places where Claire and others and David are working to actually help people who are at really their deepest, darkest hour. And it's like a front door into the next steps into life. So we're going to call that our connect element, the Arch Connect. Then you've got the Arch Purpose, which is a bit what this is about. So this is every day of the week, Monday to Friday, there is an activity somewhere in the Bournemouth area. So on a Monday, that's a recovery walk. On a Tuesday, Stay Safe over at Trinity. On a Wednesday, we're doing Kintsugi Hope, and Derek's going to do some budget coaching, I think, in our offices. On Thursday, there is a recovery day, which we've got it fantastically with BH1 Elim, and on Friday here at Victoria Park, get set for the weekend. So something every day of the week. So that's the purpose stuff. And then the final part is training, and obviously the practical placements that in the workshop with Leo, or with the gardening team with Mikey, or out in the storehouse. So at different points, people may come into that system. It may be that someone who is, actually been in accommodation for a while, but actually is thinking more about employment, will join in with the training element. Maybe someone here who's in temporary accommodation, but needs some more structure to maybe helping them through addiction, would actually join into the purpose activities. And of course, as we said, someone who might just walk in off the street to, there's a bye-bye from Charlie, walk in off the street to half time, because that's at their first point of need. So we've joined that all together, and we've called it the Arch programme. And it's obviously a moving on from BCAS. So you'll see on the website now there is a little blog that I've put on there which explains the move from what was back in 2020 BCAS, Bournemouth Christians alongside Rough Sleepers, and now how we're talking about the Arch programme going forward. And hopefully we'll have a lot more about the We're Here network, because there's so many churches who are asking about warm spaces, which is obviously one of the key words of the day. And I promise this week that I will actually send out with this, on the email version of this, the little summary that we put together about how churches can build one of those, because I know that in other parts of the FaithWorks family there are churches asking about that, and it might be useful for you. Oh yes, just to say that actually there's obviously the STAR course goes with a lot of this recovery stuff, a lot of the Arch stuff, and the STAR course is just started online. It started in BH1, it started in SML in Poole, so there's a lot of churches doing that, and that's a really helpful support that some people are already benefiting from. So that's one of the big stories this week, and obviously the other one is that it's October the 1st, or the very start of October. Energy bills have gone up. And one of the things that we're trying to make sure is that people are really supported and know what that means. So on the website, we've put that summary help as a little section now called Need Help Now, which is just trying to put some key numbers for different things, whether it's thinking about money or finance or energy, what are the helps that are out there that we know about. But of course, one of the things is making sure we're up to speed with it. And some of the key things are, when they talk about an energy cap, that's not the maximum that people will pay. There's a real sort of misunderstanding out there that actually it's going to be based on how much you already pay, and the 2,500 is just an average bill. So I'm sure you're all aware of that, but one of the things we wanted to do, and Derek's going to look into us, is getting us a top tips little video that we can all go through, so that if people do come to us and say, hey, what can I do now, he's going to try and give us those top tips which we can all know, so we can share with people as we get to see them. So obviously, if you're worried about your bills, please do get in touch with your line manager or myself or Claire or Dawn from the team, the CMA team, because the CMA team are all over it. By the by, we've got another job going out there. You'll see the Blandford and Wimborne CMA team leader. So if you haven't spotted that and you know of somebody who'd be really good for that, do go and have a look. There's a great government website which we'll send over to you, which is, I think it's called Help for Households, which is a really simple explanation of all the different things that they are putting together. And you might also want to think, if people are talking to you, we've been advised that actually you should probably get to fix your mobile deal at this point, because it's going to go up a lot next year. So that might be another thing to take into mind. And similarly, there's news about the Surviving Winter Fund, which is also just come out, which Dorset Community Foundation are looking after. So all of these things, I'll put that in the email so you've got there. So big thank you to you for cracking on with stuff, and thank you for doing stuff in the background. Steve Annandale has been helping us get all these risk assessments together. He's just been really, really impressed how you've committed to doing that and working with him. We've now got some standard risk assessments, which Claire's going to pull together into a standard format, and then we'll get those out to you. I've talked long enough. It's a bit of a spiritual battle out there at the moment, isn't it? This is the verse that came on my phone today. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Do not let your hearts be troubled. Do not be afraid. So whatever's going on for you, what's going on for some of the clients and people that you're working with, do not let your hearts be troubled. Have a great week.